Good afternoon. Today I'm going to tell you the story of Willie and the Hairy Man. It's based on a book by Judy Sierra. Willie lived at the edge of the swamp with his mama in a cabin. Legend has it that Willie's daddy fell off a ferry boat in ice-cold water and never to be seen again. The people believe that Willie's daddy was taken off by the Hairy Man. Willie's mama often told him to be careful, because just like the Hairy Man got your daddy, the Hairy Man will get you too. Willie said, "Oh mama, don't worry. Every time I go someplace, I'll take my hound dogs with me. Hound dogs, the Hairy Man don't like hound dogs." Mama knew that to be true, because she knew conjure magic. One day Willie went into the woods to look for kindling wood. He felt an ice-cold chill run up the back of his neck, and he turned, and the Hairy Man was standing right there. "Hello, Willie. Hello, Mr. Hairy Man." Willie at the same time looked down at the Hairy Man's feet, and he noticed that his feet were shaped like cow feet and not like human feet. So Willie immediately ran up the closest bay tree and sat on a branch. The Hairy Man said, "You come down here, Willie." Willie said, "Nope, you come up here." Willie at the same time too was thinking about how he could trick him to get down off the tree. So Willie told the Hairy Man, "Hairy Man, I bet you can't make anything disappear." The Hairy Man said, "That nest at the end of the branch has disappeared." Willie looked, and the nest was gone. Then he said, "I bet you can't make something disappear that I know is here." And the Hairy Man said, "Look down at your shirt, Willie." And sure enough, Willie's shirt was gone. Willie said, "Okay, Hairy Man, you made my shirt disappear. But you see this rope? This rope has conjure magic on from my mama. I bet you can't make that rope disappear." The Hairy Man said, "I can make every rope in this here county disappear." And just like that, he said, "Every rope in this here county disappear." And Willie's rope fell off his britches. He had to hold his britches up. That's just what he wanted to happen though, because then Willie put his hands up to his mouth and he said, "Here dogs, here dogs, here dogs." And Willie's dogs came running, barking and yapping. And the Hairy Man ran as fast as he could into the woods. And Willie jumped down from the tree and ran home, holding his britches. When he got home, he was telling his mama about what had happened with the Hairy Man. And his mama told him, "Willie, you tricked the Hairy Man one time. If we're able to trick him 2 more times, he'll leave us alone for the rest of our lives." So she said to Willie, "Tomorrow morning, I want you to go back into the woods. And I want you to find the Hairy Man and trick him again. What I want you to do is he always carries a croaker sack, so I hope he has his croaker sack when he comes tomorrow. But when he comes tomorrow, tell him that you want to see him turn into some big animal, and sure enough, he'll do it. And then you want him to turn into a smaller animal, probably a possum, a baby possum. When he turns into the baby possum, you want to grab the possum and slam it into the croaker sack and throw it." And then Willie said, "Yeah, and throw it into the river so the croaker fish can get it." And they laughed about it. The next day, sure enough, Willie left his dogs at home and went into the woods again. This time, as soon as he got into the woods, the Hairy Man came out from behind a tree. "Hello, Willie." "Hello, Hairy Man." "Hairy Man, I'm told that you are the best conjure magic man in the county." "I am." "I bet you can't turn yourself into a big old animal like a big bear." Sure enough, the Hairy Man spent around. When he stopped, he was the biggest bear that Willie had ever seen. And Willie said, that bear is pretty good, Hairy Man. I bet you can't turn yourself into a little bitty old baby possum." Just like that, the Hairy Man rolled around. The next thing, when the dust settled, he was a baby possum. Willie immediately ran over, grabbed the possum, stuffed him into the croaker sack, and threw it into the river, and started running home. As he ran, he heard the Hairy Man say, "Willie, Willie." I'm gonna come get you tonight. When Willie got home, he was telling his mama about what had happened. His mama said, now Willie, we've tricked this hairy man 2 times. One more time and he'll leave us alone forever. So she told Willie she wanted him to go to the barn and get a little baby pig. So Willie goes out to go get the pig, but on his way out he sees this huge animal, the biggest boy he had ever seen, run across the yard. One of Willie's dogs broke loose and ran after the boy. On his way back with the little piglet in his arms, he sees a big animal, bigger than a horse, with a horn growing out of his nose. Willie hurries into the house, slams the door, and latches it. And then he gives the pig, his mama tells him, now Willie, I want you to go put the pig in the bed under the covers. Willie goes and puts the pig in the bed under the covers, and then he starts locking and latching everything to make sure that the hairy man can't get in. He also placed a broom across the window sill, because no evil thing can cross over a broom handle. And then he started a fire in the fireplace in case the hairy man tried to come down the chimney. Willie's mama whispered to him, now I want you to go upstairs in the loft and stay there till after the hairy man leaves. They heard a knocking and they heard a scratching. And then the hairy man said, Mama, let me in. I come to get your young'un. The mama said, no, you can't have my young'un. And the hairy man said, if you don't give him over, I'm going to bite you and poison you. And mama said, I'll bite you back and poison you. And then if you don't, I'll send lightning to set your house on fire. And his mama said, oh, I got plenty of sweet milk to put the fire out. And then the hairy man said, I would get boll weevils and have them eat up all your crop, and I'll dry your spring and dry your cow. And his mama said, Willie's mama said, you wouldn't be that mean, would you? I'm the meanest man in this here county, said the hairy man. About that time, she opened the door and said, okay, hairy man, go in and get him. He's on the bed. The baby's in the bed. So a hairy man goes in, turns the covers back, and he finds a baby pig. The hairy man is enraged. He said, a pig! And he just stomps around in the house and makes all kinds of noise, shaking stuff off the walls and everything. Then he grabs the little pig and runs out the door. And he never came back and bothered Mama and Willie ever again. And they lived for a very long time. The end.